All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rekal Kadash, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, Ba'Shem meaning in the name, Rekal meaning spirit, Kadash meaning holy. Okay, that is the name I come in to profess the 100% truth, and to Lord's will gather the elect through these epistles. So, Shanya Kabaga Wala Rekabs Aquayim now by Ith, meaning double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS in these times. The Heavenly Father has set up the Apostle Tahar and men men under his ranking, in order to keep the nation of Israel in check and to, restore unto us our heritage. Of course, Shalom, one Barakim, Labakarim, Shayashra Allah. Peace and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, because the Heavenly Father has have men that's not under the banner of GMS and under the banner of GMS pushing the truth and 100% truth and sincerity and true. So without further ado, I'd like to basically touch on this word right here. And Lord's will, I'll make more epistles about it because this is a never-ending topic, to be honest. But the word itself is distract. And the word distract right here, it's a verb, okay? So somebody has to perform it, okay? And it says from the late 14th century, distracting, it means to turn or to draw a person, the mind, aside or away from an object, or from any object, okay? Now, first and foremost, let's dissect this. It says to turn or to draw a person, the mind, or a person or the mind aside or away from any object. Okay, so first and foremost, what would be the object in this situation? It would be the kingdom of heaven. Okay, and it'll be this truth. And essentially, they go hand in hand because the kingdom of heaven is the truth. The kingdom of heaven starts within us because we're going to perform the kingdom of heaven. So to say, roughly, essentially, so it says to turn or to draw the mind. And that's essentially where it is, man. This is one of Satan's other, very strong tactics is distractions, which essentially, Satan does this usually to men that are attracted or that are a part of the body of the Heavenly Father. Okay, he will do things to distract you from the body of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Okay, now let's start with this precept. This is Romans chapter 12. I start right at 4. It says, For as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office, so we, being many, are one body in Hamashiach, and every one member one of another. Okay, so essentially, you have to understand that you are part of something bigger than yourself. Now, that's number one. And number two, the Heavenly Father has called you to be a part of his son. We all make up the body of Yahweh Shai. So what Satan tries to do is he tries to get in between the limbs in order to separate you from the body. Now, how can those separations come? When you put things above this word, when you put things above the Heavenly Father, and that can be woman, clothing, money, greed, anything, So that's why you have to have the Heavenly Father as your number one priority. If you have the Heavenly Father as your number one priority and your number one, as number one in he's primary in your life, then those distractions or those things that Satan will try to put in front of you in order to trip you up, you won't slip. You'll be very vigilant to see those things, okay? Because you have women that essentially try to, always trying to, you're a brother in this truth. Your woman always trying to chill with you on Saturday evening, or whenever you're reading or anything, anything holy. Then you have Satan basically coming to midst, trying to take you off reading or basically put on your spirit that you need to do something else, But essentially, like I said, this is one of Satan's big tactics, is to divert you from the attention. See, it says divert the attention from any point toward another point. So basically taking your attention off of this truth, you know. And that's how you have to understand how serious this thing is, man, because everything is adverse. You have to understand when when the world is against you, that means the Lord is with you, man. And it's literally everybody's against this truth. Everybody is diverted from the Lord because he doesn't want them. So the Lord has called you to something special, and you have to understand that, and you have to take that with your life, man. You know, so you have to beware of if I'm saying this correctly, diversions of diversions from the body. You know, anything that's getting in between you and this truth, you have to look at it carefully, and you have to examine it and see whether it you know you're temperate enough to keep it in your life, or you know sometimes it gotta go, you know, and sometimes it doesn't feel good, you know, but that's the sacrifice you have to make being in this truth, you know, and essentially it's always going to benefit you. You know, what you give up now, the scriptures say that you receive in the kingdom of heaven, you know. I believe that's Matthew's the 6th chapter, you know, and the scriptures also say that you know, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things shall be added unto you. So, you know, nothing's worth losing this truth. So that's why you have to beware of distractions. You know, anything that takes you away from having this as the apple of your eye is considered a distraction, you know, and it's also of Satan, because the Lord wants you to be a part of him. The Lord wants you to do as he do as he asks, you know. So I wanted to go here to Baruch, the 4th chapter, verse 26, because you have to understand that before we weren't a part of this body. But matter of fact, let me start with this precept. Let me go to this precept first, because you have to understand what allowed you to become a part of this. What allowed you to even become a part of this body, you know, or got you to this point. It's when you did this. This is Revelation chapter 10 verse 9. It says, and I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. When you asked the Lord to reveal the truth unto you, you had that yearning in your spirit that something was wrong in this place, you know, and the Heavenly Father finally revealed the truth to you, and you actually listened to it, actually took heed, you know. That is when you became a part of the body, and when you full-fledged indulge in the 100% truth, okay? And it says and say go. So like, yeah, verse 9. Verse 9, it says, and I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up. Okay, so it's not only that you've received the truth, but you've actually started to profess it, you know. And it says, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. Okay, because when if you're able to actually bear, you know, I wouldn't necessarily, well, it is a burden. You know, the scriptures say, my burden is light and my yoke is easy. You know, so if you're able to bear the burden of Yahweh Shema Shai, that's you being a part of the body. You know, because the body comes with certain conduct, certain ways. You know, so as I said before, you know, before we weren't a part of this body. So what did he say? I believe it's 20. See? So verse 28, there's Baruch chapter 4, verse 28. It says, for as it was your mind to go astray from the Heavenly Father, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. And this is how you get rid of those distractions, because we all need an answer to how we overcome distractions. Because essentially sometimes distractions can overtake you. Sometimes, you know, things can get in the way, and you know, Satan can basically take you away from the body. you know. But what it says, so as it was your mind to go astray, basically as it was your mind. That's beautiful, man, that it says mind also, because it lines just up right up with this. It says to draw a person, the mind, aside from any object, you know. So as it was your mind, you know, as it was in, because of course the war is within our mind, you know, good and evil. So Satan, it says, as it was your mind to go astray from the Heavenly Father, or go away from the body, be distracted from the body. It says, how do you replenish yourself? How do you get back to the body? How do you do or perform which is good to the Heavenly Father? It says, being returned, seek him 10 times more. Okay, and that's an order, you know. That's what the Heavenly Father said you ought to do. Seek him 10 times more to keep your placement in the body. Because any of us can be easily replaced. The Heavenly Father said he could raise up stones, you know. So you have to understand the importance of this, of your calling, you know. But I didn't want to keep Akim for too long. You know, that was basically the point that I wanted to portray. You know, I pray the Heavenly Father, you know, allowed you to get edified through this epistle. You know, beware of distractions or diversions from the body, you know. And of course, always pray, always seek the Heavenly Father. You know, with that, I'm going to say shalom.